It's not hard to find them. Hawaii natives living in Las Vegas.
Grew up in Kaneohe. I went to Castle.
Elba Beach.
Molokai. They come from all over. Maui, Oahu, Kauai, Big Island as well.
Beckoned not by the bright lights of the Strip, but the lure of financial freedom.
It was very easy for us to move out here.
This is Mike, right here.
Many have found a welcoming community on the 9th Island, with efforts to perpetuate culture and customs thousands of miles away.
We've lost a huge chunk of our community to the continent.
They were priced out of paradise, but what keeps them from returning?
Is this home for you?
It is.
Trading the sandy shores and island life for the desert and sprawling suburbs.
We are thriving.
Order up, sunrise bento and holo holo.
Up here, I had more success.
They bid aloha to the Aloha State, and most are never looking back. This could be any Hawaii home on any Friday night. Kanikapila with friends, green bottles, and lots of food.
Ooh, mochiko chicken.
A game of ulus to ulus provides comedic moments they can all relate to.
The best beef stew.
But this house party is in Centennial, a suburb of Las Vegas. Most of them migrated over the last decade from all over the island chain: a school principal, school nurse, teacher, counselor, realtor, truck driver.
Don't forget to bring high cost of living.
Many of them never knew each other back home, but found connections on the 9th Island, a term that's become synonymous with Las Vegas because many see it as an extension of the island chain. While Las Vegas is not the top destination for outgoing residents, it is a big draw for locals because of the community that welcomes transplants and helps them adapt to life in Las Vegas, suggesting places to buy home, find a halau, own restaurants, even help them get jobs.
I'm working on a lepo'o with orchid and tea leaf.
Kanani Delgado works at Leilani's attic after moving her family in 2017.
It was difficult for my husband and I. We had just had 2 kids and our 2-bedroom apartment. We just weren't making enough money to survive.
Delgado had a hard time adjusting at first until she was offered a job at the store along with her husband and sister. Leilani's attic is known for providing lei for celebrations in Vegas and across the country. The store also sells 50th state snacks and nostalgic collectibles, a hit with Transplants.
For real, it's for real, dude.
Yes, yeah. It came in Friday.
Leilani's attic opened about 6 years ago. Owner Tyson Camarao saw an opportunity to serve those with island connections.
We ship everything in. All our flowers come in. Our plumerias come in from Molokai. Our tea leaves come in from Big Island.
The cost of living and the cost to do business. It's what's attracting mom and pop shop owners to Nevada.
Your lifestyle changes, what you're able to do, what you're able to experience. You know, back home, it's like, okay, we're going to go to the beach. You know, it's free. It's something that we can always do for free, and we'll be ohana together at the beach. But here, it's like, you know, we can experience, my kids can go experience all kinds of other things because we do have the funds to go do that kind of stuff. Everybody wants their kids to have a better life than they did. So yeah, when we moved here, it was like, my kids are thriving here. They're doing so well.
Thriving is a word Rocky Kiuna uses to describe his Spring Valley, Nevada business too. Grinds to the Max was a food truck in Kapolei. It was doing well, but Kiuna and his family knew a brick and mortar restaurant in a pricey place like Oahu was out of reach.
We did a trip up here on vacation, and then we loved it. We drove around, we came up again, then we went back home, sold everything.
His wife works at the restaurant along with their 3 kids. Their most popular dishes, the dynamite chicken katsu and fried noodles. The cost of some products is higher here as Kiuna has to bring it in.
I do ship up our Diamond Head sodas. I ship up just all our hardest juice, our Orange Bang. I ship up everything from home. Our sun noodle is fresh from back home.
Order up, Sunrise
2 scoops of Aloha in Silverado Ranch is another place popular with transplants looking for a taste of home.
So we got halau on the line. We got patele. We got squid luau, beef stew, chicken long rice, shoyu chicken is our special today.
Shai Walter is from Pearl City.
Tip tip.
Her husband's company transferred him 23 years ago. At first, she resisted.
I told him 5 years max, I'm moving back home. And now we're here. We have our own business. Order up squid luau.
Most of her employees are also Hawaii natives.
I love it here. Why? Well, the community here, the Ninth Island community here is strong. So we have people from home. It feels like home, to be honest. It's just cheaper.
They all miss the family members left behind and the beach. But everything else is here in Nevada. Still ahead, cultural connections thousands of miles away. Sheldine Haleamau opened Halau Hula o Kalemomi in 2002. She was able to purchase a property big enough to have her studio next to her home in the Blue Diamond area, close to UNLV. Haleamau has worked to spread aloha not only to former Hawaii residents, but to Las Vegas residents too, even those with no ties to the islands.
It's made it very interesting for me because you have to teach in a different way, I believe, that they would understand, especially the language, because we would do both, Awana, Kahiko, Hawaiian, English, so we had to interpret in a different way until they kind of got caught on.
Haleamau won the coveted Miss Aloha Hula title at the Merry Monarch Festival in 1988 and brought her dancers to the prestigious competition in 2009, 2010, and 2012.
It was a great experience, and for me, since I was a part of the Merry Monarch Festival as well, I felt that an opportunity for them to experience Merry Monarch is a huge step.
Kaleinani Bakaro was one of those who graced the big stage. She has been dancing hula for 40 years. Bakaro left Kauai in 2004, bought a house in Las Vegas, and joined the halau to continue connecting with her culture.
Bridge the gap between the islands and Las Vegas because Las Vegas is in the middle of the desert.
The climate does have an effect on hula.
We've had to learn to depend on the resources here that we have, and the seasons, knowing the seasons of like the flowers and stuff, to kind of connect us to Hawaii.
Adjustments aside, the dancers of Halau Hula o Kalemomi say perpetuating culture is important no matter where you are. There are more Native Hawaiians living outside Hawaii, 53.4%, than in the island chain, nearly 47%, according to the U.S. Census Bureau. The outward migration was especially dramatic between 2010 and 2020, with nearly 10% leaving the state. On average, Hawaii loses a dozen residents every day. 4,261 more people left the state than came in between July 2022 and July 2023. While stopping the exodus is important, the Council for Native Hawaiian Advancement says they also have to embrace the shift.
You just got to look at the opportunity that it presents.
Kuhiu Lewis, Chief Executive Officer of the Council for Native Hawaiian Advancement, calls them ambassadors, people who can spread the aloha.
Having assets all over the United States is very powerful. We have Hawaiians, Native Hawaiians, in all 50 states in big numbers. What does that mean at a federal policy-making level? What could that mean for us?
CNHA hopes the next generation will someday answer a calling to return home and be part of their native community again. But for that to happen, opportunities will have to open up and housing costs will have to come down. Resources also need to be more available for locals.
The Department of Hawaiian Homelands, actually in the last few years, because of the infusion of money that they received, it came from Lieutenant Governor Sylvia Luke when she was the chair of finance. She really pushed to resource the Department of Hawaiian Homelands, and what we see just on the immediate horizon is hundreds of homes are starting to come. Geez, I wish we had that sooner, because that could have helped so much more families stop moving. And I think, with continued partnerships where the state is helping support the Department of Hawaiian Homelands, you can start to see some of these problems being addressed. So it is a collaboration.
DHHL has made progress, but I also think we've made progress in terms of understanding that one of the reasons we don't have enough affordable housing is because we've made it incredibly expensive to build. And so I think that we are beginning to push back on that and understand how we can make it cheaper to build. And if we make it cheaper to build, we can build more housing.
The city and county of Honolulu recently revealed artificial intelligence software will be used to speed up the permitting process, and less regulatory obstacles are hopefully ahead.
This is a problem that is not going to be solved overnight. It's not going to be solved in the next 3 years. But I give policymakers credit for really taking a careful, hard look at what we need to fix, not just the usual rhetoric about we need more affordable housing. They've taken a careful look, I think with help from economists, to understand what are the policy changes that need to be made.
Long-term solutions can slow the departure numbers, but business owners also want more incentives to stay. Coming up, help for Hawaii small business startups. What's available now that wasn't available pre-pandemic?
It's just a passion. It was a dream. When I first started tattooing, it's always a dream.
Joel Akoba opened his own tattoo shop, Tropics Inc., in Summerlin last year.
It was a long time coming. It was at least my dream since 2012.
Akoba is from Kalaheo, Kauai. He wouldn't have even tried to open the shop on the Garden Isle. That's because Nevada offers benefits that Hawaii cannot. No income taxes, cheaper leases, lower cost of workers, and better access to supplies. It all adds up.
I think I would be more successful up here. Everybody from Hawaii bringing their stores, their restaurants.
Another tattoo shop that specializes in Polynesian art, Culture Inc., in ironically an area known as Paradise.
I feel like Vegas is home away from home.
Artist Tama Notise was born and raised in Kalihi. Here, he can work the hours he needs while his wife stays home with the kids, something that would not have been possible in the islands.
I'm happy here. I feel like this will be, more of a longevity for me.
Entrepreneurs say more business support back home could have given them a chance at success.
Learning about financing and accounting and things like that, it's just the things that I didn't learn growing up. I was learning how to survive every day.
Tyson Camarao said increased tax breaks for startups and lower interest loans for locals could have put him on the path to business startup in Hawaii. The Small Business Development Center now offers monthly webinars for free to budding business owners.
All the information you need to consider, not just producing and selling a product, but the legal aspects, the taxes, the accounting and record keeping. So we educate people through our webinars about what it takes to be an entrepreneur.
One-on-one appointments are offered throughout the process, funded by grants. It's free advice. For those needing storefront leases, the Office of Economic Revitalization is working to get city laws changed so that startups can get first dibs on renting available commercial space in buildings owned by the city and county of Honolulu, like these in Chinatown with affordable housing units above.
Fortunately, right now, Our city ordinances do not allow us to provide favorable rates for small businesses, so we're working really closely with our Department of Land Management to change some of those ordinances so that we can use our spaces to support small businesses and economic development in our community rather than having to go to the highest bidder.
There are more programs than ever to assist future Hawaii business owners and hopefully keep them in the islands.
The reality is we need to be part of this economy so we can thrive here. So it's not just mainland corporations, it's local people. We got to change the fabric of how we do business, how we value our people.
Pop-up events like this one in the Paradise section of Las Vegas gives Hawaii-rooted small business owners a boost while offering one-stop shopping to customers. Similar to the Aloha Swap Meet, it's a place to get poi mochi, lumpia, crafts, and other items inspired by the islands, while the sounds of Hawaiian music play on the radio station Pipeline to Paradise. The most noticeable difference between this event and one in the 50th state, it's 50 degrees and feels colder with the wind. The weather doesn't keep supporters away, they bundle up for a chance to score deals and have a taste of treats from home. Financial reasons may have brought them here, but there's a lot more that's keeping them here. The Hawaii natives we spoke with say they have no immediate plans to return to the islands.
This is Mike, right here.
Mike and Juliet Cheney are elementary school sweethearts from Molokai. In 2017, they moved to Las Vegas to be closer to their daughter, who attended college in Colorado, while giving their high school-age son more opportunities to play travel team basketball.
In Vegas, they were going to California, they were going to Arizona, he's been to Chicago, and then playing with mainland kids, taller, stronger.
The financial benefits were a bonus for the Cheneys. Mike trains truck drivers for a document shredding company, and Juliet is a registered nurse working for the school district.
The groceries, no tax.
The cost of fuel is lower than Hawaii. Even though our pay was lower, there's no income tax on your pay.
Property taxes are higher in Nevada, but overall, home prices are much lower. The median home price in Las Vegas is about $475,000 according to Bankrate.com. Hawaii's median price is just over $1 million. Judy Suzuki moved from Kahului, Maui in 2017 to be near her daughter in college. Suzuki became a realtor focusing on Hawaii residents moving to Nevada.
When I moved here, I got interested in real estate because the property here is so much cheaper and bigger. I realized that there's so many Hawaii people moving here, and I just love helping those people.
But home prices have been on the rise in the Las Vegas metro for several years, which is why Texas had more Hawaii transplants than any other state. Still ahead, the outmigration's toll on Hawaii's healthcare system.
Doctors can't do medicine alone, it's a team. We need all health professions.
The worsening worker shortage in the medical field. What's being done to change the pace to keep health professionals at home? The rising cost of housing and goods is not only having an effect on our economy and culture, it's also crippling Hawaii's healthcare system. Medical professionals, especially in rural areas, are taking their practice elsewhere. A study by Wallet Hub examined the salary versus living costs, as well as other factors for doctors, and ranked Hawaii 51st. That's below all the states and the District of Columbia for physicians to practice medicine.
We've had the prepaid healthcare plan for 30-some years, which is wonderful, but we all get very good insurance, and it's not very expensive. So to keep the rates low, the pay to the physicians and the healthcare workers is fairly low. And actually, it's low compared to the entire rest of the country. half of what you could make somewhere else.
To offset some of that financial burden, the University of Hawaii's John A. Burns School of Medicine worked on the creation of HELP, the Healthcare Education Loan Repayment Program, a mix of state, federal, and private donations. Already, 500 healthcare professionals have had some or all of their education loans cleared.
It's huge. It's huge. I can't even, I have no words for it. That's how big it is. Just, it's like you win the jackpot.
Eludriza Tabisola Nuesca is a nurse practitioner at Kapiolani Medical Center. She had $100,000 in student loans. The HELP plan is now paying down $25,000 per year as long as she continues to work in Hawaii. Prior to getting approved with HELP in December, she talked about moving the family to Texas.
I've always told my husband it's time to move. We gotta go. It's too expensive here. $100,000, like you go in to pay and it's like not even budging. So I usually pay up above the minimum, but it's still not budging.
This is a list of healthcare professionals who could qualify for loan repayment through HELP. That's because all of these are needed to keep Hawaii's population healthy. Certain workers are eligible for even more money.
If they're in primary care or behavioral health, or they're a doctor, nurse practitioner, or physician assistant in a rural area, which is some of Oahu and all of the other islands, they get $100,000 over 2 years. So $50,000 a year. But it's not paid to them, it's paid to their bank. So there's no tax.
Hawaii workers say the state is hitting a critical point. Locals are willing to leave now more than ever to join a community elsewhere that can offer goods and services while allowing them to continue important cultural practices. All without the financial burdens. More needs to be done to help those willing to stay despite high costs and worker shortages, which have already had a devastating toll, forcing many small businesses to shutter. The phrase, priced out of paradise, is a common way to explain the exodus, an all-encompassing term for why so many are saying aloha to the aloha state.